want to talk about why I went with this bike and not, say, a more popular bike like the Super 73. First and foremost, I think we all know that answer. Price. I did mention before that, you know, one of my reasons for getting into the e-commerce business was to try to help promote affordable electric vehicles. Now, my e-commerce business works with Chinese manufacturers. So, you know, if you buy a bike, it's going to be coming from overseas, just like the one that I'm riding right now. And I personally support that type of relationship because, for one, I think that it's good to make sure that everybody has some sort of outlet and entrance into the EV era. Not everybody can afford to just go out and buy a $4,000 bike, where you can get a bike like this, which pretty much is on par with the exact same specs as the $4,000 bike, you know, in terms of speed, performance, battery life, etc. So this bike was perfectly priced for what I could afford when I got it. And I think that other people should be able to know about these options too. So that's pretty much why I, you know, decided to go ahead and work with an overseas manufacturer. Now, some cool things that I am working on developing with that relationship between the manufacturers overseas is I want to eventually create my own bike chassis and start to put out my own original e-bike designs. You know, I'm really excited to continue to log performance data from this bike and come up with ideas for how a version 3 could look as I reach out to a manufacturer and a couple CNC machinists who can fabricate a chassis based off of what I think would be ideal and still keep it budgetarily approachable, you know, not kind of pushing everybody out of the access to really great bikes purely based off of, you know, them being too expensive. So, you know, this is no shade on Super 73 developers, because I think they're brilliant. And I think they've created a wonderfully aesthetic vehicle. Oh, there goes the skunk. A wonderfully aesthetic vehicle. You know, bike looks amazing. Really great tires. Chassis snaps from what I've seen in a couple of videos, but you know, that's really relative to your weight and how hard you ride the bike. But $4,000 is a lot. That's a car potentially. So, you know, $1,600 now, you know, $1,599, depending on if you click that link in the description. Can get you an EV vehicle that you can use for work, exercise, whatever you need it for, and you can throw it in your car or throw it on a hitch and plug it in your house and charge it or wherever you need to go. You know, I'm a bit of a prepper in nature and practice, so having those types of options are pretty serious for me. You know, given where today's society is going and, you know, just the general global turmoil that's currently happening at the moment, I think it's better to be prepared and ready. So I have things like backup batteries and electric generators and solar panels and all types of stuff like that, just in case. You know, I have a family, so I try not to gamble with it. Alright, let's see if we can hit that top speed. There is a school around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Alright, so this is me pedaling with no motor on. Definitely gets a, you know, you can get a good workout. Just gonna creep over here, find this little entrance to the school. Neighborhood's so different at night. It's very quiet. And it's bike being virtually silent. It's perfect. That's how the deer get surprised. Doing some renovations over here. There's a couple of really nice parks around here. I'll try to, on one of our nights out, I'll try to see if I can find the one that's a little further away. Police officer over there, that's random. It's probably his ticketing spot. Yeah, luckily the neighborhood I am in, it's pretty well trafficked, I would say, with police, so it does make you feel a little better at night, but at the same time you gotta be careful when you're riding. So that kind of brings me to an interesting topic, which is e-bike laws. So this has been a really popular subject on YouTube. I think it's mostly due to, ooh, let's see what's back here. Just go e-bike laws. So one of the reasons I stick with class 3 bikes is because, you know, it doesn't limit you to being able to go on the sidewalk if you want. Now there are specific laws around that. Some of the laws that you might find with e-bikes in terms of what to do if you are on the sidewalk and somebody is walking. You know, they say you're supposed to get off the bike and walk the bike until you've passed the person, which in some cases, you know, I think is fair. You know, especially if like somebody with kids. You know, there's a family or somebody is, you know, their mobility is limited and they need more room on the sidewalk. I think that's definitely a fair case to get off your bike and walk it. But I would say just check the class 3 laws in your state. Don't take my advice. Get the details and facts for yourself. Alright, it is almost midnight. That was fast. Alright, we burned a good amount of battery. I did mention last time you don't want to store your batteries on full. I've been doing a lot of research on how best to take care of lithiums, and apparently they say that if you store the batteries half drained, it just prolongs the life of the batteries. I do the same thing with my backup generators. I store them half full. And at the same time, you don't want to store lithiums fully drained either. That apparently is no good. Alright, so let's do a magic trick. I'm going to turn the power off. Turn it back on, we're going to see that battery refill. Yep. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. You got to just be aware of that if you get this bike. Pretty cool night out. It's about 63 right now, maybe even cooler. Be doing some construction over here. So it's like they put down some fresh blacktop. Hopefully this road is not blocked off at the end. We'll see. Guess we'll take the plaza, cut through back to the neighborhood. Oh, it smells so good over here. Somebody must have barbecued, or they're grilling at this little seafood joint. Cops patrolling the neighborhood as they should. Skunk. Yeah, one of the biggest dangers of riding at night is avoiding skunks. At least in this area. Now, you can't say the same thing if you're in other parts of the city. Alright, well this was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this night ride. Definitely will do more. I'll try to upload at least once a week.